it's the Big Kahuna. Welcome back to our Pike Run Golf Club golf tip of the day. And once again, we're with Steve Radcliff. And Steve, I see sand, and I'm already. I'm not even shooting yet, and I'm already nervous.
You're already sweating, right?
I'm sweating, absolutely.
The sand isn't that hard. It's the fear of the sand that gets everybody. There's a couple basic techniques to get yourself out of the sand, and you get yourself out so much easier. The biggest thing is don't be scared of it. With a sand shot, typically you're going to line up on a normal shot as your feet, your shoulders, and the club's going to be square to your target. In a sand shot, you want your feet aimed left, your shoulders aimed left. That's called opening up your stance. Also, you want to open up your club face, so your club face is pointed to the right. And the reason you want to do that is you want to hit with the heel of the club coming down the sand. That's going to allow the club to bounce and carry through the sand and not dig into the sand. Again, with your feet open, your club open, when you swing down, focus about an inch behind the ball. You're not focusing on the ball, you're focusing behind the ball. You want the club to come down into the sand and the sand to explode the ball out. The club itself is never going to touch the ball. The sand's going to carry the ball out, and that's what's going to give you that softer shot on the green with a little bit more spin. If your club hits the ball, that's when you're going to hit the ball. It's going to go screaming across the green. People do that all the time. And then if you don't open up your club, that's where you're going to jab it in there. Your ball's going to go 3 feet in front of you.
All right, Steve, a couple of questions now that we're getting ready to hit the sand shot. Do you need to alter what you do or change your stance or your club head depending on how buried you are in the sand?
Yes, you do. If your ball is in the sand as far as like a fried egg or buried in the sand, you don't want to open your club face as much. Opening club face allows the club to slide through the sand, bounce through the sand, and the sand will blast the ball out. If your ball is buried, you don't want to open your club face. You want to make a steeper swing. That allows the club to dig into the sand more and get the ball out.
All right, Steve, I noticed when you were shooting, you actually kind of dug in a little bit. Is that kind of what you want to do before you hit your shot?
Yes, you do. You want to get your feet well established in the sand. That way you're not slipping around. Also, as you open up your stance and your club, is you try to get a little bit more weight on your front foot. You're going to keep your lower body fairly quiet and just swing your arms as you hit this. From right there, I would go ahead and open up your feet just a little bit more. Yep. Let me see where your club's at there. Don't open your club quite so much. You got a lob wedge there. There you go. Yep. Focus about an inch or so behind the ball and make a good aggressive swing as far as your follow through. That's the goal. Get it out.
Obviously, that's part of my game that needs a little bit of work, and not everybody has a sand trap in their backyard. Any suggestions on what people can do if they want to try to work on that a little bit?
The sand is a little bit like a lob shot, and we're going to discuss that here later. But as far as working on it, when you get off the golf course, don't be afraid to throw an extra ball down, hit one out of the sand. Just make sure you rake it. You're not going to hold anybody up. You're out here to practice, not only play.
All right, now, the other thing that I was kind of curious about, where do you put the ball in the stance, and are you aiming for the pin? Where do you want to visualize the ball landing?
You want to put the ball in the middle of your stance. As far as aiming at the pin is, since your club face is open, it's going to be pointed right. Your feet are pointed left. You want to have a V. Basically, if your club face is aimed way right, your feet's going to aim way left. You kind of counteract each other. And as far as where you want the ball to land or visualize is depending on the green. Such as this one had a lot of slope. We need to carry this all the way to the hole. Biggest thing is just make sure you get it up out of the trap.
That's the secret right there. Let's talk a little bit about Pike Run Golf Club. I know, again, we've talked about a couple different shots and the course itself, but something else that you guys are awful proud of, and I know I can speak to this personally because we had our son's graduation party here. You do cater, you do events in the clubhouse as well.
Yes, we have a full-service banquet room. It seats about 160 people. We do everything from graduation parties, class reunions, 50th wedding anniversary. When it gets the weather turns south again, Christmas parties. We do a lot of Christmas parties. We cook most of the food in-house, so it's all fresh and ready to go. Or you can go ahead and bring your own food in and just rent the banquet hall.
All right. If you want to get more information about maybe reserving the facilities here at Pike Run Golf Club, what's the best way to do it, and can you do it online as well?
Unfortunately, reserving the room online, you cannot because there's a lot of stuff we got to discuss. Just give me a call here at the golf course, 419-538-7000.
All right. And again, we want to make sure we do get the website out there so folks can check you out online. The web address?
PikeRunGolf.com.
All right, that is how he hits the sand shot. That's how I try to hit the sand shot.